Hello everyone, my name is Amanjot Singh and I am going to discuss the topic transportation of substance in the plants. It is a class 7th topic of biology and mainly what is the word transportation means. Transportation mainly means the movement of water and minerals throughout the plant. These are the substances which are in plant and even the food that is made by the process of photosynthesis. Transportation of all these things in the plants, how this thing happen, we will learn in this topic. Firstly, transportation is the process that involves the movement of water and necessary nutrients to all parts of the plant for its survival. Transportation occurs in three levels. In the case of plants, transportation of substance from one cell to another, long distance transport of sap within xylem and phloem, the release and uptake of solution and water by individual cells. See, there are three ways. Firstly, transportation of substances from one cell to another between the cells, and a long distance transport is done by the tissues which are in the stems, xylem and phloem, and the release and uptake of solute and water by individual cells. Okay. uh, Transportation in plants, the water and mineral are transported in plants by two types of conducting tissues, xylem, phloem. As I have already said, firstly we will learn about xylem. See, here's the diagram of xylem. Xylem has different parts like tracheas. One way only, as one way only, the xylem is the tissue where materials transport in one way, not in the other direction. They are mainly water and minerals which mainly comes absorbed by roots from the soil and they transported to the whole plant. As in photosynthesis we know that water and mineral are used, and in with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll the food is formed, and that water and mineral is transported only to the upper side and only the xylem tissue does that thing. Let's read out this definition. Xylem is a long non-living tube running from the root to the leaves through the stem, and the water is absorbed by the root hair and undergoes cell to cell movement by osmosis until it reaches the xylem. Okay, see, the cell to cell movement is required also here, which is done by the process of osmosis, and the water is then transported through xylem vessels to the leaves and is evaporated by the process of transpiration. See, the process in which the water evaporates from the plant is called transpiration. The xylem is also composed of elongated cells like the phloem. They have a similar cell like even in the phloem. However, xylem is especially accountable for transporting water to all parts of the plant from the root. Its main task is to transport the water from roots to the whole plant, to every part of the plant. Since they serve such an important function, the single tree would have a lot of xylem tissue. Okay, and see, the water has to go at every part of the plant, and this tissue is present in every part of the plant. Okay, let's learn about phloem. Phloem vessels. See, here's the diagram. Companion cells, food storage. Okay, the companion cells are mainly food storage, which helps to helps these cells to run accordingly. Two-way flow, water and food. Okay, see, xylem has only one-way flow, but phloem has two-way flow. The flow is to downwards also and to upward also, in two directions. Cells have end walls with perforations. Okay, let's read the definition. The definition is responsible for the phloem is responsible for translocation of nutrients and sugar like carbohydrates. See, nutrients are transformed as these nutrients are formed in the process of photosynthesis. These are the food for plant, and translocation of nutrients and sugar like carbohydrates produces by the leaves to the areas of plant that are metabolically active. It is made up of living cells. The cell wall of these cells form small holes that at the end of the cell known as a sieve plate. See, these small holes form a sieve plate where two cells are connected, and they are connected by these holes through which the material transforms from one cell to another, and that way it transports through the whole plant by moving from each cell from these sieve plates. They goes in and out throughout the plant. And another process which is very important is transpiration. Transpiration is driving force. See, transpiration, firstly I tell you what is it. The evaporation of water from the plant. The excessive water, as plant cannot be filled with water, the water has to be released by the plant, and the process by which water is released in the form of vapors, evaporation, is called transpiration. Transpiration is driving force behind uptake and transport of water. See, if the water is required by the plant, the space for that is required, and for that space the water, the process transpiration helps a lot, because if water doesn't go away, then the new water for using it would not come in the plant. See, it is a driving force behind uptake and transport of water. It is the process of water evaporation through opening called stomata. This creates a pull by replacing the water that has evaporated. Okay, now water that has evaporated, it forms a little bit vacuum and the need for the water, and to fulfill that need, the water moves in the whole plant. And the movement of water is very important in a plant. The pull in the xylem tissue extends all the way down due to cohesive forces. The negative water pressures that occurs in the roots will eventually result in increase of water uptake from the soil. See that all that negative water pressure helps roots to suck in waters from the soil and helps the regulation of water throughout the plant. Thank you. That's all about transportation of material in the plants.